And that's how I look at it. What makes him get more respect than me? You my next door neighbor, you know, I tell him, you got yours from your family. I got mine from the ground up, from hard work and dedication.
Mayweather is one of the greatest ever. He's a brilliant defensive fighter. His speed, his boxing savvy. He's just a savant. He's just something special. No question about it. But I got to look at the Sugar Ray Leonards of the world.
Floyd's way is safe. Not in a punk, but it's like the safe way, like nothing ain't gonna go wrong. But that's how he fight. That's his characteristic.
When Stephen A. Smith looked straight into the camera and said Floyd Mayweather is not the greatest of all time, the boxing world froze. Floyd Mayweather explodes after Stephen A. Smith downplays his legacy and says that Terence Crawford can beat Floyd. Stephen A. insists Mayweather is not the greatest fighter ever, as he claims to be, and argues Sugar Ray Leonard was far superior. He further states that Floyd's best wins came at lightweight, while he failed to dominate at higher divisions. Smith also dismissed the Canelo fight as not that impressive, sparking outrage from Mayweather, who refuses to let such criticism slide.
Just about your skill set. It's who you do it against.
Your level of competition. Is it possible that he's so far beyond his level of competition that he made it look easy?
Well, I think he did as a lightweight. When he went up to the welterweight division, not so much. You know what I'm saying? Now, if
taking out Canelo the way he took out.
Well, he just gave him a boxing lesson, but Canelo was 22 years old. See, I remember
That's an excuse, though. I don't like this, like he's 22, he's too young.
I will tell you this. Well, you know, you do have to take that into consideration.
The guy had 100 fights.
Well, let me explain. You have to take that into consideration when boxing is the issue. Now, if he got knocked on his ass, that's different. But when he simply got schooled, when you swinging a punch and Floyd is tapping you on your shoulder saying, I'm behind you, that's a problem. You understand what I'm saying? That's just a skill, like, you know,
we could credit Floyd with that.
Of course, I am crediting. I'm saying he's a brilliant boxer. You know, Floyd knew how to move before you even threw the damn punch. You see what I'm saying? You gotta be a veteran to know how to overcome that. You can't put a novice into the ring with Floyd Money Mayweather. You understand? He's going to school you. What I'm saying to you is that if you wanna make an argument on Floyd Money Mayweather's half, which I'm not summarily dismissing, I would tell you it's this. Floyd Money Mayweather was undefeated for the last half of his career with one hand. He constantly broke his hand.
Dawood Bey gave a deep analysis comparing Floyd Mayweather with Terence Crawford in light of Crawford's performance against Canelo Alvarez. He admitted that as a fan, he leaned slightly toward Crawford in a hypothetical matchup, but he made it clear that the comparison needs balance. Crawford's win over Canelo was an extraordinary achievement, and many rushed to say it was better than anything Floyd had done. However, Bey reminded listeners that Floyd himself had dominated Canelo in their fight and did it at a stage when Canelo was still growing as a fighter. He stressed that dismissing Floyd's greatness in favor of Crawford is not accurate, since both fighters brought something unique to the sport. For Bey, the truth lies somewhere in between. Crawford deserves credit for handling Canelo in such a commanding fashion, but Mayweather's performance against him was equally historic and shouldn't be overlooked.
Floyd goes about it a little bit better than Floyd in this sense. Floyd will when Floyd fought Canelo, he was standing right there. He wasn't running and all of that. He wasn't doing all of the stuff that they say, oh, a runner, Mayweather's a runner. He wasn't doing that versus Canelo. He was right there. And I can't even really remember Canelo catching him like that, like with nothing. With Bud, I could remember Canelo catching Bud a couple times, but Bud gave him the, all right, put your foot out. What's up? Boxing turn, boxing turn, boxing turn. And was really standing there and giving it to him with another type of energy. The energy is more so all right, what's up? You can't beat me. Floyd energy be bop, bop, I'm better than you. You see what I'm saying? They don't really be respecting that all the time. They'll acknowledge it yo, I ain't gonna lie, he hard to catch. But they be nah, you didn't beat me up. Bud go about his fights in a way where as though the Mexican fan base gotta be I ain't gonna lie, Canelo, he hollered at you. He came at you too. He didn't just be better than you. He was better and then he was all right, I'm gonna come at you. And I think they really respect that. Shit, I respect it. I don't think it's not, I think the less you get hit, the better. I'm always going to take it that way. So, you know what I'm saying? As a boxing fan, the kind of boxing fan that I am, I would have leaned towards Floyd's performance, but Bud's performance was like, if I'm a casual fan, I'd rather watch the way.
Boosie Ennis spoke passionately about Terence Crawford's standing in the sport. He responded to critics who questioned Crawford's achievements, saying that Crawford has proven time and again that he is one of the greatest of his era and has highlighted Crawford's ability to take chances no matter the opponent, pointing out that Crawford never backed away from dangerous fights. In his eyes, Crawford thrives when facing risk, and that separates him from many of his contemporaries. By constantly challenging himself against the best, Crawford carved out a place among boxing's elite, and stressed that people should stop trying to diminish Crawford's accomplishments and instead recognize that few fighters in history have managed to be as versatile, daring, and successful as he has.
Tell you that if he had to sit down a little bit more. And what I tell you, Terence can fight and he can box. And he can fight, he'll fight this side. He take chances, man. You know what I mean? And that's how you be great, man. And he one of the greatest out there now. I think he's great. I think he's the best out there right now in that division. You know what I mean?
What's left?
For Terence?
Yeah.
If I was Terence, I would retire. That's what I would do. He did everything, man. He's done everything, man. You know what I mean? Titles, he don't win. All that stuff. I think I'll go off on the sunset, man. You know what I mean? He don't need no more money. You know what I mean?
Crawford's longtime trainer, Brian Bullock McIntyre, believes his fighter still has a few big moments left. According to Bomac, Crawford could take on 2 or 3 more fights before considering retirement. He discussed the possibility of Crawford moving up to 160 LABs, noting that such a leap would not just be about titles, but about cementing a legacy that is already Hall of Fame worthy. Bomac made it clear that Crawford has already written his name into history with groundbreaking victories and becoming undisputed in multiple weight classes. Yet, the idea of adding more championships to higher divisions excites both the team and the fans. He stressed that Crawford is not chasing validation anymore. Instead, he is solidifying his place among the all-time greats, giving himself opportunities that only legendary fighters attempt for.
The second time. They can't take it away from him, neither.
Does this one mean more to you than the other ones?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It gives us the opportunity as a team to go into the Hall of Fame. Instead of a fighter going in there, instead of a coach going in there, it gives us a better chance of going there as a team.
Well, congrats on that. I know that means a lot to you and the team.
Definitely.
You know, I asked Bud this after the fight 2 weeks ago. Would he consider this his signature win? He said, yeah, one of them. Do you think that was his signature win of his career?
Well, the last fight?
Yeah, the Canelo one.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Because he was the underdog. Everybody thought that, you know, he was going to get beat.
What's up?
He was going to get beat. It surprised me.
So what's next for Bud? What do you want to see him do?
I just want to see him, you know, spend time with his family. Because, you know, training for a fight, you be gone a long time. You're going away from the family. Yeah. It could take a toll on you after a while. So,
as his trainer, do you feel like you should just sell off into the sunset after this monumental
well,
win?
you know what? They made it look so easy. So, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Shit, got 2-3 more in him. So, you know what I'm saying? Train camp was trying harder.
Bradley offered heartfelt words about Terence Crawford's influence. He explained that young fighters often struggle with doubt, especially when critics undermine their progress. Crawford, however, showed what perseverance and determination could achieve. Despite the skepticism that surrounded him early in his career, Crawford kept proving doubters wrong with his performances in the ring. Bradley emphasized how Crawford became a source of inspiration for the next generation by achieving what many believed was impossible, becoming a multiple-time undisputed champion in different divisions. For Bradley, Crawford represents more than victories. He represents belief, courage, and proof that hard work can overcome any criticism. Young fighters now look to Crawford not just as a champion, but as a role model who embodies the spirit of never giving up.